Hey, house guests!
Hi.
Hello, hello. Welcome to today's Big Brother Canada 12 Digital Daily Recap. It's Tuesday.
Yes, it is.
2 for Tuesday. We got an episode tonight.
We sure do. Hope it's going to be good.
I know. So our house guests of the day are Carl Van Bergen and Jason Morales.
Oh, big up yourselves.
Yes, thank you so
Wonderful.
much
Thank
for the
you.
support. We cannot do this without you, and we appreciate it so much. So
Absolutely.
thank you again. And if you guys...
Go ahead.
If you guys want to be house guests of the day, check out our Patreon link in the info box below because it's only $1 for a holla.
$1.
I know.
And we have a super chat from yesterday, and that is none other than the one and only Benjamin.
Benjamin, thank you so much. Super chats are another great way to support our channel. Yeah, I feel like all the queens now.
Yes.
Clap with the nails. I like that.
I don't have any nails though.
I am about to cut these off because
aren't you like so perfect?
No. When my nails get too long, I start picking at them, and that's not good. So I'm literally cutting them after this. But anyway.
Well, my thyroid's dead, so I have no nails.
I'm sorry. Yeah. All right. Well, let's talk about what's going on in the house. When we left off yesterday, Janine and Avery are finally on the block.
It seems like forever.
It felt like forever before they had nominations, but they are on the block, and we know that Dennis won the power of veto. Apparently, Janine was very close to winning, so that just makes it like an extra bummer for her that she could not pull off the win. Yeah, that's rough. So Avery is already asking Dennis to not use the veto.
Right.
I'm sorry. It's just like too much when somebody who's on the block is actively asking the veto holder to not use the veto.
Right.
So she's thinking that if she stays on the block, it is going to guarantee. I was looking at the next word. That Janine will go. Janine, we saw yesterday, she says she's not giving up, but she also said that she doesn't want to talk any more game. She just wants to have fun.
Girl, you folded
so you're giving up
like a cheap suit.
I will say, I think she got screwed over big time by Anthony and Spicy V, but also, like, why are you not even trying? Like,
what kind of a super fan are you?
Maybe there was some campaigning that we did not see in the Digital Daily, but I've seen zero campaigning from Janine.
Same.
Which is disappointing.
It's extremely really disappointing.
Yeah.
But we do have a
since she's a super fan.
William Dang says, love you guys. You keep BB Can 12 alive.
Thanks, William. Thank you so much. And thank you for watching. I know maybe the viewership isn't as high this season for BB Can, but we really appreciate you guys who are still watching with us.
Yes, we do appreciate you all. Thank you so much. It really helps us out.
Absolutely. So Dennis has already told both nominees that he's not going to be using the veto. Boo! He said he doesn't want any negative repercussions for his game this early, which, like, I get.
Well, then you shouldn't have won it.
The thing that was annoying was he was, like, asking for information from them before he let them know what he's going to do. He was all like, I want you to tell me, like, what would happen? What do you think would happen if I use the veto?
Well, probably nothing, because you wouldn't use it.
What do you think? I think Anthony would probably be pissed. Like, how many people do you need to hear that from? But anyway.
I thought that was really...
It was weird. Now that we know the nominations are set, it's going to be either Janine or Avery leaving on Wednesday. Right. What happens next? You know, you never know what could happen with this vote. It seemed like yesterday there was maybe some hope that something could switch up because Vivek was trying to gauge if Janine has any chance of getting votes this week.
She might, but you know what? She's not going to try.
Doesn't seem like she's gonna try, but yeah, he was asking about it.
Some Dan's funeral kind of crap.
I mean, there is some anti-Anthony
sentiment
in the house.
It's an undercurrent.
Yes, but I feel like she is not willing.
Bailey.
I feel like Janine is not willing to tap into that and do the work to get those numbers together. Because I think it could be possible for her to flip this vote if she really went for it. But she's
Anthony just took the piss out of her.
I guess so.
Her and Tola.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. But anyway, we'll never get over Tola peeing his pants during the first few challenges.
I can't.
Yeah, I know. All right. Well, let's talk about today's Digital Daily. It's from yesterday in the house, March 11th. And right at the beginning, the announcer comes over the loudspeaker and he's like,
excuse me, house guest.
1 hour left until the POV ceremony. The POV ceremony.
And everyone's just like,
oh my God.
I'm eating my breakfast. They were all sitting outside in the fake backyard at the Wendy's tables, whatever I don't know.
The commissary.
The crafty service area.
Right.
And they're sitting at those metal tables like they have at like Burger King or, you know.
The outdoor restaurant seating.
Right.
To fast food seating.
Right.
So we see people eating outside, but we hear something else.
We hear someone else having a convo.
We hear the audio of Dennis and Vivek chatting.
Right.
They're in one of the bedrooms. And honestly, Dennis seems kind of peeved, miffed that Kayla, Tola, and Todd, none of those three have talked to him about the power of veto yet. And here we are an hour away from the ceremony.
Dude, so, you're not using it. They probably heard from 100 other people everyone else. That you were like, I'm not using it.
Yeah, you may be wondering why those three specifically. Those three are some of the only people left that are eligible to go up as a replacement nominee potentially. So that's why he's like, why have they not talked to me? And he says no one should feel safe at this point. We know he's not going to use it. It's just like a little bit much because I feel like he's just expecting them to kiss the ring at this point and be like, oh, you're the POV winner. Like maybe he's looking for something in return for not using it.
Maybe you shouldn't have put it out there that you weren't going to use it.
Yeah, I mean, you could have kept it a little more mysterious. Yeah. Maybe then more people would have come to him.
Don't give away your milk for free. Who's going to buy the cow?
All right. So anyway, they have the power veto ceremony, and as expected, Dennis did not use the POV.
Shocker.
Janine and Avery remain up on the block. Oh, I already said that before, but I didn't mean to.
Oh, you blew it.
Whoops. But like it's a big surprise. But yeah, they're up on the block. One of them's going to be leaving. I think we know who it is, unless something crazy happens. So
we can hope, can't
we? We can, but
I mean, we still have 2 days.
Yeah. Yeah, because it would be 2 days since we're a day behind in these digital dailies. Okay. So after the ceremony, Anthony is alone in the HOH room. He is celebrating. He's talking to the cameras. He's like, good boy, Dennis. He's talking like he's like a dog or like a child. Like, good boy, Dennis. Good move. Don't want to cross these lines.
Yeah.
Not feeling that cockiness. All right. So then Bailey and Anthony.
Never liked the cockiness.
No. Banthony. Bailey and Anthony have a one-on-one chat in the HOH room, and this conversation was like, what is this? It seemed like they were checking in with each other again. I think Bailey was maybe asking him about something she heard.
Are we in an alliance?
Are we
working together? Or no?
Judging by how many times they've had this almost exact conversation or variations of it, I'm gonna say they're not good. I don't think they're good with each other at this point.
And it always seems angry.
Yeah.
Really,
there isn't
like an
angry undercurrent.
Voices raised, hair on the back of the neck, standing up.
Yeah. And it seems like this time before the issue was Bailey being nervous about Anthony hanging around with Tola. Right. Now it seems like Anthony is nervous about Bailey hanging around with Vivek.
Right.
So anyway, Anthony's paranoid that Bailey's getting pretty close to Vivek. He feels like Vivek is stirring a lot of stuff up, which he is.
He needs to stop calling her pretty because she doesn't like that.
I hate the way that Anthony, like, the first way
it's very condescending.
He'll praise the women by saying like, "Oh, she's a pretty girl. She's a beautiful girl.
You're beautiful."
Why not talk about their intelligence or like how they are in the game?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's condescending. But anyway, like that's all they're there for. They're there for eye candy.
Like the guys, you would say he's a strong player. You wouldn't say he's freaking hot. Hot.
Yeah, it's just ugh.
Well, it depends on who you are, I guess, but like
it's not a good look. Anyway, so they have their
massagey.
It is very massagey. So they have their conversation. These two are not good with each other. So then Dennis and Janine have a game chat in the lounge. And Dennis says, I want a guy to go next week. He says, we can't have another girl leave. He does not want this to really become like a guys versus girls thing, like officially, because he finds that very boring as a viewer.
And he does not want people to stop watching. Am I right?
Yeah. So then Janine brings up.
He doesn't want to be on that season.
Yeah, I mean, if it did become like 100% guys versus girls, I see that getting very nasty.
Especially since he's not really with the guys.
Yeah, he's not really with either side. And
Right.
I also just don't see it becoming a guys versus girls thing because some of these girls are like already ready to side with the guys on everything. Like, I just don't think it's going to happen. But anyway.
Well, some are there because they think it's The Bachelor, and some are little puppy dogs.
Yeah. So anyway, Janine brings up how Todd slipped up the other day. We've heard about this multiple times. He basically said, like, I'm good with Anthony. This person's good with Anthony. This guy's good with Anthony, blah, blah, blah. And it made it sound like there's some sort of a guys alliance.
Right.
And Janine says, I heard Anthony like scolding Todd the other day about this. And she really feels like it was a setup. She feels like Anthony was making a show of it in order to be like, hey, there's no guys alliance. So she's wondering, was that a cover up? Is there something more going on here? She's been spreading this throughout the house, seeing if it'll gain any traction. And again, I don't think this is an attempt for her to stay.
No, because it's just she has decided that she wants to be the mentor.
Yeah, which I mean,
before she goes,
is always interesting coming from the first person that's being voted out. Like, maybe you don't have the best advice to give out. I don't know. But
I mean, she did have good notes for people, later on. Like, I was listening to her tell them, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that, but not the person you really want to take advice from when the door is hitting them on the ass, the first one out.
She doesn't have the best PR surrounding her right now.
I mean, that's the epitome of being a teacher, though. Do as I say, not as I do.
True.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, Bailey, Donna, and Avery have a little strategy chat.
Oh, chat.
They're talking about creating a final 5 within the girls' alliance.
Oh, now we're down to 5?
Well, one person's leaving this week, which
Who
means...
got cut, Mama?
That would mean...
Angel?
Yes, whatever, Angel. That would mean there's going to be 6 women left after this week, after Janine most likely goes. So they want something with 5, which means one person is going to be left out. And we find out that the person they want to leave out is Lexus.
Oh.
Because Lexus has been
not getting a rose.
I mean, maybe she'll get a rose, but not from the Girls Alliance.
Oh.
She's been spending a lot of time with Anthony, and then they were like, hey, back off of hanging out with him so much because it looks really sus. So then she moved on to Matt, and now they're like, what the hell are you doing? Like, you're not bringing us any information, even though you're hanging out with the guys all the time. Like, are we really supposed to believe?
We're not talking game. We're just talking sexy.
Are we really supposed to believe that you're not talking any game with these dudes? So they're definitely very suspicious of her, and they're trying to, like, basically make this new alliance without her, which is like, ugh.
This is her. Where I come from in my world, I have a few girlfriends, and then I hang out with the guys.
So she's one of those.
Yes.
Oh no! All right. Well, they were talking about how
you shook it.
It's just like every season there's at least one.
Yeah.
But they were talking about how they would like an all-girl final 5, being like, oh, who would you vote for in this situation? Blah 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 blah. How long until Avery rats this conversation out to Anthony? Because you know it's coming.
Who's gonna be first? Spicy V or Avery? They're gonna.
It's a race to Anthony, right? They have to see who can get to him first.
It's like Randy and Ralphie
fighting to go up the stairs in A Christmas Story.
Yes, it's me first.
Exactly. That's the 2 of them running up to the HOH room. Yep. Oh, so sad. So anyway, Spicy V is chatting in the Sunwing room with Anthony. She's getting there first.
She's starting.
Yeah. So Anthony says, I'm honestly getting really worried about Vivek.
Oh.
I mean, we've already seen he's very suspicious of him, thinks that Vivek is stirring things up. And I
feel like he's jealous of Vivek.
I think, but I think he also just sees him as a threat for sure.
But the way he talks about him, it's hurt people.
I think they're both trying to play a similar game of like getting all the girls on their side, and he's recognizing that, and he's like, I gotta look out for this dude.
Yeah.
So Anthony says he feels like Vivek is trying to also feel out who would be willing to take a shot at him next week. I could see that.
Yeah.
I think he's right about that. And he feels like Vivek is talking a lot of shit. He says Vivek is always going around being like, oh my God, all these people are saying this and that and the other thing.
Right.
And he feels like Vivek is that person that's saying all of the things and then spreading it around.
Mm-hmm.
So then Spicy V says, I gotta let you know, the girls have been saying they are worried about how much time you and Lexus have been spending together.
Oh.
Uh-oh. And let's just mention too, Anthony does have a girlfriend in the real world, apparently.
Oh.
And not only have they been spending a lot of time together, but I think they were also like cuddled up in his bed together.
If I was Anthony's girlfriend, I
I'd be
would say.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of like agreement they have going on here. Maybe he's
Yeah.
allowed to like flirt it up with people. Who knows?
I mean, it's part of the game, Angel.
Well, yeah, so that's a thing that's happening. And Anthony's like, well, that's not a thing. And I think that Donna is spreading all this stuff around because she's just jealous. She sees Lexus hanging out with me, and I see her looking over at us, and I think that Donna is jealous. Do you think that Donna's jealous?
No.
I kind of don't either. I think she's looking at it more through the game lens here.
Yes. Donna does not want to cuddle with you. Donna wants to play the game.
Yeah. Donna wants to evict you.
Yeah.
And she sees someone who she's supposed to be working with cuddling up with you. So of course that's going to cause concern.
Don't you remember when Dougie was all like, oh, she's just a bougie Toronto girl
About
that I want
Lexus?
to keep around so I can.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, anyway, Spicy V is also asking Anthony, what is your opinion on the hot chocolate alliance? Like, how do you feel about it? Where does it rank for
What's
you?
he gonna say?
Well, again, this alliance is Spicy V, Anthony, Avery, Kayla, and Lexus.
Right.
And of course he's like, oh, it's perfect. I love it. I like it a lot. It's great.
Okay.
Well, Spicy V says, I think it's really good for us. She feels like all of the girls in that alliance put the hot chocolate alliance above the girls alliance. She says the girls alliance would never work, right?
Because you ratted it out.
Yeah, it's because of you.
Yeah.
You are the reason the girls alliance is not working.
Yes.
There was a chance. There could have been a real one, but no. It's disappointing.
It's very disappointing.
Especially because it's Spicy V who wrecked it. And I had
know.
such high hopes for her.
Not liking it.
Yeah. So then we have Janine alone in the Sunwing room, and she's like, Canada wants to see me get my revenge.
Yes. So get up off your ass and do some math.
We'd like to see you campaign. That would be nice. So she's like, I got played hard. I didn't deserve it. I do agree with that. But
so
again,
don't roll over and die, dumbass. Do something.
Whoa, not dumbass.
Dumbass.
That's too much.
I'm sorry. I stand by dumbass.
I don't think you should say dumbass.
Well,
I think it's too much.
All right. Dum.
Sure. All right. So Janine's saying, if I get back in the game, I would play it very differently. I know more about everybody now. I know how they operate in this house. And she says she would do things differently. I'm curious what she means by that. Like who she would want to work with, who she would target. I hope she gives us more info on that. Not that it matters, but I'm just curious.
I think it's just lip service.
It's possible. She also says she loves this game. She doesn't want to leave. And she feels like now that people think that she's going, that they're giving her more information. It does remind me of that Curb episode. I think it was from a while back. The whole stage 4 honesty or whatever, like, or stage 4 wisdom. And it was basically like someone who has like stage 4 cancer, and like suddenly everything they says has like so much more weight to it.
Yeah, so clear now.
That's, I mean, not to equate this to cancer, but like this person is probably leaving the game. You're going to give them info. You're going to listen to what they have to say
that they normally wouldn't have had if they.
Correct.
Right.
Just gotta bring it back to Curb always.
Right.
This week's episode was great. But anyway, all right. So then there's a girl party in the car. You know, they're allowed to hang out in the car now. The doors are open.
Mm-hmm.
So Janine, Avery, Spicy V, and Kayla are all chilling in the car. And of course, they're having fun with it at first. Like, Mom's taking us to whatever. Like, what music are we going to put on?
Right.
But then it does turn into game talk.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Janine lets them know, hey, I was talking to Dennis earlier, and he said he wants a guy to go next week.
Oh.
So, of course, they're like, yes, we like this. We want to work with Dennis. We wouldn't target him. This is great.
Right.
So then Janine's asking, well, who would you want to target next week? Who are you thinking? And Kayla says, well, I mean, obviously the girls are at least saying they want Tola out.
Right.
But that's not necessarily possible if the team thing is still
right
happening. So
which I don't think it is.
I don't think it is either. I think it's going to be done after this week.
That was just for the first
I think it was just
week
an intro
so
into
that,
the game.
Right. So that they could make one of, more, they can make both of the returnees safe.
Yeah. And I think it's just better for the show when they don't have as many people that they need to focus on in the first week, who might be in danger.
Right.
I think it's easier for them. So I think that is also one of the reasons why they did that. But anyway, Kayla says if the teams are still in play and I can't go after Tola, I would probably target Vivek. I'm kind of thinking she would go for him anyway, because I think that Anthony would have a lot of influence over her. And we know that Anthony wants to keep Tola around and he wants Vivek out. Right. So I think they would probably be going for Vivek. Avery and Spicy V agree. And Avery says, or we could make a really big move and put up like Goose, I guess, as a pawn, and then Dougie. Which, like, hearing this coming out of Avery's mouth, I'm just like, don't even.
Yeah.
It's so fake. But she says Dougie has never been on the block. We don't know what he would be like on the block.
Only 2 people have ever been on the block this season.
Well, I think she means like he wasn't up at all.
During his season?
Yeah, he was never nominated.
Right.
So she's like, maybe we should find out what he would be like up there. Or maybe Bailey wins and she puts up Tola and Dougie.
Do you think she said that because she meant it and she was disgusted with him spending all the time with Lexus?
Mm-hmm.
Or do you think that she was just throwing that out there, fishing for information to see who would say, yes, I want Dougie out?
That one. I think she wanted to see what the response would be, especially because Janine is there. Not that it matters with Janine leaving, but I think she wanted to keep up that front in front of Janine, because Janine could then go and talk to Bailey or Donna, right? So she needs to keep up the appearance that she's not with Anthony. But we know that Avery is obsessed with Anthony at this point.
She's loyal to the soil.
Yeah. All right. So later, Janine is crying in the middle of the living room. It was like, wait, what's going on? Everybody starts running to her. I thought somebody got hurt. Yeah.
Are you
They're
okay?
all like, she's crying. Like, what's going on? So she was just like, if everyone could just come here. I thought she was going to make an announcement or something, but no.
Yeah.
Everyone does come join her in the living room. They give her a big group hug, and she's like, I'm just going through it. Like, it's a lot of emotions. I want to get all my tears out before I meet Arissa in a few days.
I thought she, like, passed out and hit her head or something.
I know. Or I thought maybe, like, is she on a mission? Like, a secret mission?
Right.
Just to, like, get people to do certain things? Or
it was
this, like
Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Can I ask you to please step out of the car, miss? I just want to get another look at that cute little outfit.
Yeah, or I was thinking maybe is this like Janine's funeral and like this is some sort of a game thing.
Right.
But I don't think so. I think she just wanted a hug. So everybody is hyping her up, being like, you've had such a big impact on the game.
Too much.
And on all of our real lives. Like they were laying it on very thick. Very thick.
3 C's.
Yeah. So she's like, thank you guys. Like, I already feel better, but like, blah, blah, blah. All right.
Whatever.
So then Janine starts going on her goodbye tour. She's been pulling people aside one by one and just chatting. So she's talking to Matt. Again, I haven't seen her campaign at all, but she's been having these little goodbye conversations.
I mean, we did miss a lot of the feeds. She could have been campaigning. I highly
it's
doubt
possible.
It.
Yeah.
Because she said she didn't want to talk game anymore.
I'm not really getting the vibe that she's been campaigning.
No.
But she was talking to Matt and explaining how Anthony killed her game on day 4. Everything was different for her after that.
I mean, that's true.
Yeah, but also, like, just try.
No, for sure. But, like, it didn't take much to get her to give up.
Most of this was just chit-chat. Like, I haven't gotten to know you yet. Like, we haven't really connected. Matt actually apologized, saying, like, I'm sorry that I wasn't there for you more as a human being. He said he said it wasn't an excuse. Like, this is no excuse, but I was also worried that I could be in danger. Right. So I didn't want to, like, step out of line. But he apologizes for not being there for her more. And then she was like, I want to give you advice. I think you should talk more game.
Yep.
I mean, I haven't really seen him talk that much game so far.
I haven't seen him do much.
I remember the first day or two when he was all like, we got to get a girl out here. But other than that, I haven't really heard him talk that much game. So
we don't get the whole picture, though.
Sure. All right. So then Spicy V and Anthony are chatting outside and it's snowing.
Oh it's so magical, but it's also freezing.
Yeah.
Anthony has on 3 jackets.
Right.
He stole all the jackets. He put them on.
Yes. So at this point, these two are feeling guilty about Janine. This is post Janine group hug. They're both like, she's such a nice lady. Like, I feel really bad.
She's a nice lady.
Yeah. Anthony said at one point between the 2 seasons, this is the worst that he's felt about an eviction besides maybe like Adam.
He says he felt like he stole somebody's lunch money and then beat them up.
I mean, you kind of did. You kind of did this to her. You made up a lie to take her out.
Yeah, that was bad. But you know what? She didn't really fight that much.
No, she could be doing more. But Spicy V also feels like she sold Janine out, which yes, you did. So they're feeling it now, you know, seeing her upset. And
do you think Spicy V is or Anthony are genuine about this?
I think they genuinely feel bad, but I mean, it is the game.
But then Spicy V added, well, somebody's got to go.
I mean, that is true.
Yeah.
That is definitely true.
Let's see how you feel when it's your turn to go, because I definitely don't think you're going to the end, honey.
I mean, I remember the last time she was evicted, and it was a lot. But she fought. She really tried to say.
Yeah.
But Spicy V and Anthony swear their allegiance to each other again, you know, final 2. And Victoria is basically like, please don't screw me over on TV. I don't want to look dumb. And he's like, I'll never do that. I would never do that to you.
I would die for you.
I'll never let go.
Yeah.
They had a Titanic moment.
Yes.
We saw what happened in Titanic. But anyway.
Somebody didn't survive.
I'm talking specifically about like the I'll never let go. And then
Yep.
There was room on the door. Okay. So then
he couldn't get up.
You know, Spicy V, there was more to it. But anyway, Spicy V admits she's feeling really nervous about Bailey at this point because she thinks that Bailey would possibly take a shot at Anthony. Please, we'd love to see it. Please, Bailey for HOH.
Yes. Or Vivek.
Or Vivek. Please. So then at one point, Matt comes outside and Anthony asks Spicy V, could you please leave so I can talk to Matt in private?
Oh my God, you might as well have shot Spicy V right through the heart.
Yeah, that was a lot. She was like, okay, I'll go inside. But then
she went to go talk to the girls.
She went to go talk to Bailey first. Right. And she starts complaining about what just happened, about Anthony asking her to leave.
Why would Anthony do that?
So I'm sure she's playing this up in front of Bailey that she's so upset and maybe the guys have something going on.
Do you think?
But I think she's legit pissed too. I mean, we've seen she really operates on emotion in this game.
She does.
I think she was legit pissed that she was asked to leave.
I think she was will come to Jesus moment, like, I might not be the only one in his ear.
Is it enough to change her game up?
No.
Probably not.
Not yet.
But it's definitely gonna be,
she's gonna need a few more wake-up calls before it's too late.
This is a crack in the
armor.
In the armor.
Yes.
So I think it's also driving her crazy that she doesn't know what Matt and Anthony are talking about in that conversation.
She can't get into the dumpster.
Yeah. So Bailey says, you know what? I don't trust what Anthony says at all. Yeah, girl, do it up. So she says, we really need to win next week. One of us girls needs to win and take a shot at one of the 3 big guys. She's talking about Tola, Anthony, or Matt.
Whoa.
And she said out of the 3, Matt is like the least worrisome for them at this point.
Little
so either
Brad
Tola or Anthony would be her target. Ooh.
Yeah.
So of course,
that's what we want to hear.
I know. Spicy V is playing along, but like, she's going to narc. She's bringing this back to Anthony later.
Absolutely.
I'm exhausted. Then Kayla and Avery join the conversation and Spicy V tells them the story as well about being asked to leave so that Matt and Anthony could talk. And now Kayla is spiraling. She's like, whoa, is there something going on? Like, what's going on here?
That was her Anthony Girls Alliance story.
Mm-hmm.
He told me to leave. He wanted to talk to Matt.
Yeah. Oh, right.
5 minutes later, he told me to leave. He wanted to talk to Matt.
Yeah.
Why would he do that?
I think Kayla was legit spiraling here. I don't think it was just for show in front of Bailey. I think she was freaking out a little bit.
Yeah.
Which we'll talk about in a bit. But they wonder also, is Lexus working with the guys? She never brings us any information. What's going on here?
I think she's just not playing.
Yeah, I think she's legit just hanging out with them. Yeah. I don't think she's like trying to get a leg up with these dudes.
I don't think she cares. She just wants to be on television. She wants to get paid for not working, just hanging out with the guys.
I mean, you're still working, but I mean, being on the show, it's work.
Yeah.
But they're definitely getting paranoid about Lexus. So then Spicy V decides, I need to go talk to Lexus. I
Yeah.
need to let her know what's up. So she's talking to her in the car room.
Mm-hmm.
And Spicy V lets her know that Donna and Bailey have been talking mad crap about her and trying to basically turn the rest of the girls against her as well.
Oh,
So
they're jealous. They're just jealous.
Lexus is like, oh no, I know exactly what's going on here.
I know girls like that.
She's like, Donna specifically is jealous.
Oh, she does not like Donna.
Yeah, she's like, Donna is jealous of me. I'm getting more attention from the guys. Like, Donna is used to getting whatever she wants, blah, blah, blah.
And you're not?
I know. So,
hot meat kettle.
It didn't take long for this to happen.
Yeah.
So, Spicy V says, just so you know, like, Kayla and Avery are not buying into all that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. They seemed pretty nervous during that conversation. I don't think that was all acting.
No.
And Spicy V says, we've been trying to deflect for you when we're talking to like Bailey and Donna. It seemed to me like you were really playing into it and maybe like believing it yourself. But Spicy V tells Lexus, this is becoming a problem now. Like Bailey and Donna are going to rip the Girls Alliance apart. Are you sure that's who it is? And it's not
Spicy V?
You? Who turned against the Alliance and told Anthony about it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You snitched.
Yeah. So Spicy V lets Lexus know if you do get any info from those guys, make sure you're sharing it, not with the whole Girls Alliance, but she says make sure you're sharing it with the other members of the Hot Chocolate Alliance. She says the black girls, because she says a black girl is going to win the season, and I want you to share this information with them so that they know for sure that you're with them. So Girls Alliance is just like dead, or
well, the Brown Girl Alliance is not dead.
Yeah. Anyway, later, Spicy V and Anthony are outside again, and Anthony does fill her in on the conversation with Matt.
Yeah.
Maybe. We don't know. We don't know exactly what was discussed. We didn't hear that conversation ourselves.
Right.
That was not included.
Well, he did bring
in the digital daily.
She didn't ask.
But I'm saying, like, he could have just not told her everything.
Yeah, he could have made some stuff up. But
just told
he did
her,
bring
like,
it up first.
Right.
She didn't have to ask.
I mean, it would have looked really bad if he didn't say something.
Right.
After kicking her out.
Right.
So he was like, yeah, Matt was asking about you and he wants to work with the two of us, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, oh, it's so great. Yeah. And apparently Matt was also talking about how he needs to separate himself from Tola because obviously Tola is not gelling with a lot of people.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So then, do you think he was actually honest about what they talked about?
Mostly.
I think there's probably some stuff that he left out. So then Kayla and Avery are chatting, and here's where we see that they are actually nervous about Lexus and have some doubts about working with her. Kayla says, we really need to talk to Lexus because she's really making it look like she's working with those guys. Right. She is incriminating herself. She was talking about how she warned Lexus, like, you need to separate yourself from Anthony a little bit. And then Lexus just started doing the same thing with Matt. So it doesn't make them feel better.
I don't think she's playing the game.
I don't think
she's playing Lexus's game.
Yeah.
Lexi game.
Kayla says it can't just be Lexus and Anthony as a 2 and then me, you, and Spicy V as a 3 within that Hot Chocolate Alliance. Like, we need to be a unified 5.
Right.
So Kayla was saying we also need just me and you, not even Spicy V there, just Kayla, Avery, and Anthony. We need to talk, and we need to ask Anthony straight up if he has any other alliances that he's not telling us about. What? Do you really think he's going to list off all of his alliances?
Just going to be like, oh yeah, I didn't tell you about this one, but I'm working with blah blah blah.
Oh my god.
No, honey.
Like seriously? Seriously. So that's a planned conversation that they want to have tomorrow. We'll see if it actually happens or not. But that's where we're at right now. Yeah. We'll see. The eviction is coming up in a few days, so
I got to make dinner because the live stream is happening. Well, the live stream that we got to jump in is happening in like an hour.
Oh my goodness. So we want to thank you all so much for watching today. We will have our episode recap up later.
Babe.
Yeah. Thank you again to William Dang for the super chat. We really appreciate it. Yes. And we'll see you guys later. So until next time, much love. Bye. Bye, everybody.
Bye.